I'm Stephanie, and this is the Interrupted Chef Quarantine Edition. We're stuck at home, and the shelves are empty in lots of places. We're actually pretty well stocked, but you know what? What better to do when you're stuck at home than to bake? So we're going to bake my very favorite 5-minute artisan bread. Elsa, right here, is going to be my helper. High five. And this is a pretty simple process. So just hang with us and we'll walk you through all of the different elements of this. Okay, so the first thing you'll need is 3 cups of lukewarm water. We've already gotten that in the bowl right here. And to that, you'll want to add 1.5 tablespoons each of kosher salt and yeast. So we're going to start with this. So 1.5 tablespoons. Gotta love this little scoop that you can adjust because it makes it really easy. All right, can you scoop me out a tablespoon of that, baby? Always. Always a messy counter in this house, right?
Always.
Yep. Always. We are done with these. Can you put those over there?
Okay. Yeah, those.
So you can let that sit for a while if you want. You don't have to though. And it's not particularly finicky. What is finicky is this next step. I have another visitor. All right, so you want 6.5 cups of flour. You're gonna add it all at once. We're not adding gradually while we stir, but it has to really be as precise as you can get it, 6.5 cups. So what you do is you scoop, and then you take the flat side of a knife and level it off until it's nice and flat, see? And then we dump it in.
Dump it in.
So that's 1. Can you help me count?
1.
Okay. So we put this down, and it would help if we plugged it in and started mixing. Yay! So I wanted to show you this stage because this is not your average bread dough consistency. As you can tell, it's a whole lot stickier, and that's okay. That's the way that you want it. All right, so we're finished up here, so we'll turn this off, and I need 2 hands to get it up. And clean hands, right, are very important. So I washed before this. You just sort of scoop and get that right off the dough hook.
Oh, wait, I didn't wash my hands.
Well, not since you last touched something now. So, there we go. Get that dough hook out of our way for the moment. And then lots of recipes have you transfer it to another bowl and all you need is some kind of a lid or cover that is not airtight. So I have a cover, and I'm gonna put it on here, and we wait until this doubles in size. So 1.5 hours to 2 hours. So depending, we'll be back. Okay, so we're back. It's been about 1.5 hours or so. You know, we had nap time and all sorts of other things. So interrupted, right? And that's the nice thing about this recipe. You can let it rise for whenever at this stage. So it is ready to go. The next thing to know is that you can actually just take this and stick it in the refrigerator. In fact, it's easier to work with and I think tastes a little better if you let it refrigerate for a while. So it's 5 minutes, mix it up, then toss it in, and then it'll be 5 minutes to make bread whenever you want to, which is kind of cool. Now we're gonna make a loaf now because Elsa wants bread. So that's what we're gonna do. And of this ginormous thing of dough, you can make 2 large loaves or 4 smaller loaves. And we're gonna make a smaller loaf because Elsa wants her own personal loaf of bread. So the next stage is how we make that roll. So Elsa's gonna help me sprinkle some flour on the parchment paper. So I've got a towel underneath and then parchment paper. And then we're gonna start by sprinkling some flour, right? And in the meantime, I'm gonna get flour all over my hands, and I'm probably gonna do this several times because it's so sticky and messy, especially if it hasn't been refrigerated. It's another bonus of refrigeration. Okay, so I'm gonna grab a nice little lump of dough here. And again, it doesn't have to be particular. But get a little bit of flour on your hands, and then you wrap it around. So let me bring it closer here.
Mommy,
You want to wrap all these pieces towards the center.
I want to try
Of
that.
course, baby, just a second. So you wrap all the pieces towards the center to make that nice little ball. All right, you want to help me? You wrap all that, no, don't squish it like that. You wrap it around the center from the bottom to the top. Good job. And then by the end, you have these little fold pieces. You put it that side down on the flour we just did. Now, you gotta sprinkle again. Just right on the top, okay? That's good, great. Okay, that's enough. Excellent. All right, got a little too much flour here. I'm gonna pick
That
up-
was me.
Yes. All right. Then you fold the parchment paper over the top. It doesn't have to be pretty or particular. I tend to crinkle and fold and crunch and whatever it takes to get it largely covered.
Mama,
Just a minute, baby. And then we wrap the towel over the top of it too. And you let it rise again for another about an hour. And at that hour point, we're gonna turn on the oven to 425 to preheat. But there's a trick to that, and I'll tell you when we come back. Okay, so it's been a bit. And after about an hour of rising as a lump, you want to start preheating your oven. And when you do that, you want to make sure your Dutch oven is in it, because the Dutch oven is the key to this recipe. You can do it otherwise, but it involves pans of water in your broiling pan and preheating pizza stones, and yeah, just too much. With the Dutch oven, crazy simple. You can use a Dutch oven, which mine is preheating in the oven right now, or something like the Pampered Chef Rock Crock, basically an oven-safe pot with an oven-safe lid. That's the key to keeping in the moisture and making sure you have that wonderful crispy outside and nice soft chewy inside. So let me go grab the Dutch oven, which is gonna be super duper hot, right? And then we take this wonderful lump of dough that has been rising so beautifully.
and my lump of dough.
Ours rose just a little too long, but it's still gonna be okay. Again, not a fussy recipe. You put it here and you just flop it over.
Whoa,
Yep.
look at it.
And it did, it just went flop. Ours is gonna be a little funky looking because it rose too long. That's the only downside. We want it to be round and perfect.
Cause
Refrigerate
I
overnight.
too long looking.
And don't let it rise too long.
Yes, because I worked too long and it got ruined.
It didn't get ruined. See, that's the point with this recipe. It didn't get ruined. We're homeschooling at home. We've got the 2 littles. We've got all kinds of things going on.
Yeah, my little brother and sister are in bed right now, so this is the perfect time.
Exactly. So we just put that back in the oven, again at 425, and I'm going to set the timer for 40 minutes. After that 40 minutes, I will take off the lid, and based on how golden brown it is on the outside and how golden brown you want it, usually another 5 to 10 or so minutes to just crisp it out with that cover off, and then take it out. And then I will show you a little trick when we do that.
So the bread's ready. My mom is getting it out of the oven. It's starting to get down.
Oh, and it comes right out. We didn't need any spray or anything. And then we put it on the cooling rack because it's hot, hot, hot.
And I'm going to eat it.
Yes, but not right away. One of the important things to remember with this bread is that you want to let it sit and cool. It's going to make these fun little crackle sounds, like crackle, 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 as it's settling. You want to let it do that. If you cut into it too soon, then it ends up being more chewy than you want it to be. So let it crackle, crackle for a little bit. And once it's stopped crackling, it's ready to cut and eat and enjoy. So thanks for tuning in with our crazy day interrupted chef. And we hope you enjoyed the bread. Post any pictures of your little bread adventures because we'd love to see them. So thanks, and we will see you later. Bye.